There we go. Great to see you guys. Let's go ahead and get started by taking three long, slow, deep breaths together. And as we breathe in through the nose, think the words I am. And as we breathe out through the mouth, think the word consciousness. Breathe in, I am. Breathe out, consciousness. Breathe in, I am. Breathe out, consciousness. Breathe in, I am. Breathe out, consciousness. And as we rest here in this beautiful space of infinite divine grace, you can feel how deeply loved and cherished you are for being exactly as you are, growing, learning, experiencing, and making the most out of your life. Take another deep breath in. And when you're ready, open your eyes and come back into the room. I love doing that. It's such a fast, easy way to just connect, and feel our energy is all connected too. So, how can it get even better than this? Angela, you disappeared and you were the first one to show up. So, normally I would start celebrating with you.
There you are.
There she is.
Sorry. Yeah, that knocked me right out.
Those three deep
Okay.
breaths, they'll really take you down, right?
Mhm. Hi, Ruthie.
Hi,
Hello
Ruthie.
there.
We're just getting set to celebrate Angela.
Oh, goody.
Oh, dear.
You look
So,
so pretty, Angela. I love your hair too.
oh, well, thank you. I got a surprise with the electric bill going up $200 to $550 this month, and it's like, oh, okay, I haven't got my car bill yet, so that was a surprise. Um, had a good time at the kindergarten yesterday. Hi, Dorothy. And our weather is having moments of looking like spring and then going back to winter. So it's very up and down. And I think that's contributing to my physical up and down. Um, yes, I'm so happy, grateful, and blessed to be here and to see all of your smiling faces and to know that I'm taken care of in every moment of every day.
Isn't that great? How can it get even better than this? Yeah, there's something about the energy when we come together. The energy is just amazing. Oh, right. And thank you for reminding me that should probably write down some things that I got done this week. Oops, can't remember what that is. But I'll figure it out by the time it's my turn because now we're going to celebrate Peggy. Peggy, what's been going on?
Well, this was this was pretty cool to me. I was inspired to look up online and see what steps to take and write the Chrysler Museum over in Norfolk and see how you go about donating artwork to the museum. And so they're taking three of the pieces, not that I have painted, but that um, are lithos by internet, and two lithos and one uh, wood block by internationally known artists that I had come, I had inherited, or somehow anyway, they showed up in my life back in the 80s or 90s or something like that. And so that's three more pieces I won't have to move. So that's pretty exciting. And the young lady is going to come and pick them up next Wednesday. I didn't know they'd come and get them. So that's really cool too. And yesterday I had reflexology at the ARE, and it was the best, most relaxing treatment, reflex or massage, that I've had there in the 20 years I've been a volunteer. I was like in la la land for the rest of the day. So that that was just super neat. And this morning my computer didn't work when I tried to turn it on to start the day. And so I got it to my computer guys, which I think is a great name for a computer shop. And so it was fixed with no bothers at all. That's good.
Yeah, how can it get even better than this? Good job. You're making progress every step of the way. And it's so wonderful that you're able to share some beautiful artwork that you love and treasure, and other people will really enjoy it. That is so great. And it's just classic Peggy generosity.
Oh, let me add a PS, Julie. The two small pieces were the ones you thought about for Theo's room, those geometric ones. So they're going to the museum.
Play.
Oh, wonderful. Oh, so many more people can enjoy them then because they
Oh
are
yeah.
gorgeous. Yes, yes.
That's
Thank you,
great.
Nikki.
Very cool. Well, don't mute, Julie, because it's time to celebrate you. What's been
Oh,
going on?
okay.
So, not
So,
everybody heard about the trip to Florida. So, you're going to have to tell us
oh,
about that.
okay. So I had a trip planned to Florida with lots of sun and fun and a lot of people. Um, about 8 or 10 were going to show up. And so what happened is the day before I was supposed to leave, I just couldn't. It was like, no, you're not meant to go to Florida for whatever reason. And so I said, no, no, I'm going to, visit all these girls and we haven't seen each other in years. I just couldn't go. So I called the airline, canceled luckily, there was no fee for cancellation. So, that's good. I'll go another time. But it was my intuition just stopping me. And I just remembered, I think Deborah said rejection.
Is God's protection. That's it.
That's
That's
it.
it.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
it.
Rejection is God's protection.
Yep.
So I believe that's what happened, and I got lots of rest, and I feel, I think, just I was meant to stay home, and I'm glad I listened to my intuition because I could have pushed through. So, but anyway, that's a win because I'm listening to myself
Mhm.
and taking care of myself. I had lots and lots of sleep. I stayed on my program, the green. And I want to finish strong, and I'm doing that, even though I'm kind of pulled to different things. Um, I'm a vegetarian now, officially. So, um, and I'm enjoying it, and my body likes it too. So, and my little Theo is walking every day, and he's like curious about his. It was a sunny day in Michigan. Guess what, Peggy? Those are rare, so we celebrate them. And it's like looking at his shadow. And I got pictures of that, and I so cherish my daughter-in-law for taking pictures and sending them to me. And all of that love makes me just feel so grateful and happy and really connected. So thank you.
That's wonderful. How can it get even better than this? That
Yes.
is so wonderful. And I really commend you for listening to your intuition, listening to that inner knowing. and heeding it, because you're absolutely right. You could have pushed through, but
Yeah.
you might have gotten sick while you were there and, all kinds of other issues. And you were really focused on your own personal health and well-being.
Yeah.
Kudos.
Yes.
So important. Thanks for being such a good role model there. We all
Oh.
need those reminders from time to time. Ruthie, how about you? What's been going on in your world?
Well, I'm very excited and happy that my daughter, I prayed and sent a lot of angels, asked for a lot of angels to help me. She's going through a divorce and she was living in Portland and moving down to LA where she has a new job. And so I flew up to see her, and then we drove down together in a $200,000 vehicle, a Penske truck. We had a great time and it was so much fun. And before I left, when one of my girlfriends here told me, she said, "Well, if you're going to go from Portland to LA, you should stop in Mount Shasta. Oh, it's so beautiful there." Well, I said, "Oh, I think she has the itinerary set. We're going to go down the coast instead of the 5." And she said, "Oh, okay." Well, so what ended up happening is my daughter and I were having such a good time talking, and we're driving along, and all of a sudden she says, "Wait a minute, are we on the right road?" And she looked at her GPS, and we accidentally took a turn and went down the 5. And she said, "Oh no, I'll have to cancel my other hotel room that's down on the side on the coast, and we'll have to get a new one." Well, where did we end up staying? The Mount Shasta Inn. And so I don't know what it was drawing us magnetically. We were having such a good time that we just totally, lost track of where we were. And it ended up perfect that we went to Mount Shasta after all. And then continued on. Anyway, we had a great time and she's all moved in now. So thank you,
That's
God.
fabulous. How could it get even better than this? I mean, really wonderful, high quality time together, one of the most important love languages,
Yes,
and being willing to go with the flow and enjoy whatever comes your way.
yes.
Such a wonderful reminder.
It was
Thank
really,
you, Ruthie.
thank
No wonder you had such a good time.
you.
Speaking of good times, Dorothy's in the house. Dorothy, what can we help you celebrate?
I was at a party on Saturday and I was with my granddaughter. That's the granddaughter that I have somehow that girl, yeah, she's like 8 years old now. And we somehow always get along. When I'm there, she doesn't want anybody else. So I spent the whole night with her playing and having a great time. And in 2 weeks, I'm going to her competition in gymnastics. I'm looking forward to that. And my daughter, like she told me, like I'm a lot like you. So I just was very happy and proud. It was a great day. I love Awake. And I'm realizing, yeah, I'm really believing that the universe is really working for me. Today, I was late because of watching my favorite team play in the Champions League. And they're playing against a team that they haven't won in 6 years. And I imagine they're winning today 4-0. Guess what? They won 3-0. So I couldn't believe it. And another thing is, yeah, with my uh, promises, I'm still taking the hot and cold shower. I'm still playing guitar. I'm still practicing my singing. My fingers are getting stronger. My pick is not falling out of my hands. I can hold the chords now. And I didn't really want to play, but I made myself. And everything is getting better. And I have to admit, it's getting better. And I love it. And I
That is
love being
fabulous.
here.
I'm going to ask you one thing though. Last time we were together, we were holding an intention for you to finish your song. And during that intention, things were coming through. Did you finish your song?
I didn't finish the song, but it went a lot farther. It went in a different direction. And it is about Mastermind and Stadium of Life,
Yeah,
how it makes me happy.
that's awesome. That's awesome. How can it get even better than this? I'm so happy for you. And yeah, having your daughter say that she's just like you and she's so proud to be just like you. Wow, that is awesome. And I don't blame your granddaughter for wanting to hang out with you all the time, Georgie. If you were around me, I'd want to hang out with you all the time too. That girl's smart. That's what that is.
Georgie, what is her favorite apparatus for gymnastics? Does she have one?
She's too young for that still, you know.
Yeah.
She's and she's also playing tennis, and she also played soccer. You know, like whatever she likes to do. You know,
She's exploring. That's cool.
yeah.
That's really cool. Well, Carolyn, we're so glad you could make it today. I hope you can unmute and let us help you celebrate what's been going on.
Yes, so good to be back with you all. I'm celebrating 2 weeks have been very, very busy. And my apologies for being late, but one of my celebrations is my doctor called me because I have a lot of opportunity challenges going on right now medically. I don't think any of them are, I believe they're all things that are just my divine. I will get through these, and I am trusting that. And I that is one of the things that I'm celebrating is that and last time it was so great, Elaine, when you said I'm guided by the divine. So there are a lot of challenges that have come up over the last few weeks of saying, where I question and I stop and I breathe and I go, no, I'm guided by the divine. What would my divine self be saying? What would that level that's up there be saying? And so I've had to make a lot of choices, and I've made them, and on I go. It's just that's that. I'm just celebrating on I go.
That's wonderful. Congratulations. And thank you for really tuning into that and owning that. I am divinely guided in all things. And it doesn't matter what happens to you. Like when I had my detached retina, there's no other way I would have met those doctors or the people who work in that office or other patients. There's no way I would have had exposure to those people. And for some reason, that was important to the divine. And we don't know why we're being guided the way we are. We just get to trust and celebrate that it is all going to make sense eventually. That was such strong energy that you brought David Edgar in. That's awesome. All right, Michelle. I will do the ask to unmute. There we go.
Hello,
Yay.
everybody.
Hey, what can we help you celebrate?
Looking at my book because I don't remember everything. I'm here. I was late because I was on the phone with someone from my temple. We lost someone, so I didn't get off as fast as I thought I was going to, but that's okay. You guys accept me as I am, and late comes with my life, and I'm celebrating that too because I get to learn from that. So I went to all of my meetings. I didn't get to the intention group, however. I downloaded a lot of my classes from forever ago. I'm working on that a little bit every day. I should just take a whole day. I talked to one of the ladies where I have my certification as a recovery coach that I have to renew that expired in November. And she helped me to get some other things and hopefully not have to pay $400 to get the stuff done. Working on that. And that I have to do in little. I've accepted that I have to do things in little steps because and I have to be very mindful of what I'm doing And I've been asking God every day to take my will, my free will, my getting in my own way will, and take away my negative defects and show me how to serve and what He wants me to do. And I've been doing that every single day, grounding every single day. I don't do it all at the same time. I do it throughout the day because I'm not a very consistent human being right now, but I'm working on that as well. And I got to help a bunch of people that called and showed up for me. What else? I got to see the bunnies today.
Oh,
That I had, for the first long time, I had joy in my heart and in my gut. And I am
so beautiful.
grateful for that blessing because I don't have that all the time because of.
That is really, really beautiful. Michelle, I heard you say a few times, I have to. Like, I have to take it in small chunks. I have to do this. I have to do that. And I invite you to think about saying, I get to, because
Okay.
the divine is guiding me.
Wait.
So I get to. And as I get to, this is how I get to celebrate my life and the unique aspect of what it takes to be me. And I get to fulfill my divine purpose by approaching things in the way the divine wants me to. I get to, I don't have to, I get to. It's much more empowering and uplifting. And our human self tries to limit us. And so I'm trying to be very aware of the words that I use. And that's the only reason why I bring it up. Yeah, good job. Congratulations. What a powerful week.
One more quick thing. I'm watching a bunch of your stuff too
Oh,
on YouTube.
good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, thank God. Sports right now, little baby steps.
How can it get even better than this?
Yeah.
We get to chat with David Edgar. Yay, David, what can we help you celebrate?
Already. Okay. I saw an email this morning with a great Yogananda quote. And the advice was that it may be wise to just imagine the entire world as just a giant mental institution. That way, when someone says something or does something absolutely crazy, you're not surprised or upset. It was in light of the current situation in the world or our country. Have any of you seen that new animated film that won the Animated Movie Academy Award, made in Latvia, called Flow?
I haven't.
It
No.
is amazing. It has no dialogue. It's like absolutely a completely different world from a Disney type film. There's no dialogue. It's all animals interacting with each other, and all you hear is their own sounds. And on the radio, I heard an interview with one of the filmmakers, and they actually used those exact animal sounds for each representative animal, uh, with the exception of the capybara, because the capybara has a very high-pitched voice, and so apparently they substituted a baby camel for that. But I know, too much information. But yeah, it is mind-blowing. Both Monica and I were just floored, and the message is hugely positive. So I highly, highly recommend that.
Where did you see it?
It is on, we have HBO Max, so it's HBO.
Cool. Thank you.
And real briefly, I do the John Newton Advanced, and I spoke to him and had a clearing last week. So that was kind of cool. It's one of those things that I always wanted to do, and I finally did it.
That's
And
great.
it definitely was mind-blowing.
Yeah.
And in the realm of unexpected sources of income, Monica and I figured out a particular painting that we have that we could sell and pay off a bunch of bills from that. So So we're doing that, and it's a nice bit of relief.
That's
And
great. How can it get even better than this? That is wonderful. Congratulations, David. It's so
thanks.
great to see you here. I'm glad you could join us.
Great to be here.
Lots for me to celebrate too this week. I have my final eye surgery tomorrow morning. I report in at 9 a.m. and the surgery is 10:15, 10:30-ish. It's supposed to be very minor surgery, but they will dope me up to the gills. So I'll probably be sleeping all day tomorrow, which is fine. I also found out that my favorite flower, daffodils, I fell in love with daffodils as a little kid. It turns out daffodils mean forgiveness. And I didn't know that. And I just found that to be really, really powerful. I got my webinar done and recorded. Now I decided I'm going to make a change to it so I get to re-record part of it, but that's okay. I'm also featured in the Conscious Living Summit as well as Sacred Awakening. So I got all my promotional stuff together, and I've got a team who helps me get my emails out and my social media posts out and all this stuff. And I wrote extra stuff because I wanted to make a difference. And I decided I'm going to do some extra free bonus training before Sacred Awakening for anybody who uses my link to get their ticket. So I'm going to be recording that, and I'm really excited about it. And I recorded some little promotional spots for some of my own stuff that I can put in my show to promote some of the stuff that I'm doing. And I got a really great divine download to create a guided healing meditation. It's really powerful. I haven't done it yet, but I'm really excited to do it. And it'll probably be this weekend because I'm divinely guided to use this for my own healing as well as everybody else's. So it'll be exciting to see that all come together. But I just feel so incredibly blessed and guided and grateful. Very, very grateful. And I'm really grateful for all of you. So how can it get even better than this? Yay, we get to do intentions. I love doing intentions because they really, really work.
Yes, they do.
Elaine,
Yeah.
you will let us know how to do that, right?
How to do what?
How to listen to that and how to log in through you.
Sure. I will make sure that you have the link so that you can log in. And you can either attend live in Colorado or you can attend online to Sacred Awakening. So either one works.
Okay.
Cool. All right. Well, Angela, you're first up for the intention fun. What would you like some energy around?
Well, I didn't get a sign last week, my big sign yet about being on the right path. So would like that still to come. But how the
Does it
different
have to be big?
Well,
Because
it has to
sometimes
be
you get little
recognizable.
signs.
Yeah,
Sometimes
I
you get
know, but it has to be like I know that this is
okay.
Because right now I'm just kidding. But I gotta say, in this last week, the expression that you've recently said several times of when your power is denied to you, when you deny your power is denied to you. And and I feel like I've been shrinking into this little corner and there's nowhere to go now. And it's like, yeah.
So I just want to, on the other side of that, because I asked for additional guidance on when you acknowledge your power is shown to you. You are more powerful than you can imagine. And that's when I was guided to that book, The Magic of Surrender. And I saw the story about the miracle minister and the tomato juice. You remember that story, Angela?
Mm-hmm.
And what was so powerful with that is the miracle minister got an image of tomato juice, shared the message. They happened to have some in the house, and the king drank the tomato juice and was healed of all of his paralyzed situation. And God was the one who did the healing. The miracle minister did the receiving and sharing. We don't create the miracle until we receive it and share it. And it was so funny because I read that story and remember thinking, if I'd been in that situation and I saw an image of tomato juice, I'd have thought, Elaine, you do not need a Bloody Mary right now. We're trying to heal the king. Hello, focus, 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 right? Because I would think it was all about me. But often the messages come through aren't really about us. we get to share. Thank you so much for sharing that, David. Flow sounds like a fabulous movie. So, so you want to ask for a sign and you want it to be an obvious sign. And so I believe you will witness your sign when you share what comes through. Because if you're just stopping and you're getting a message or you're getting an image and you just hold it inside and you never share it with anybody else, then you don't realize that, oh, this is my sign. See what I'm saying? I invite you to think about it that way.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
We'll think about it. Okay. But and on the other hand, okay, I hold the intention that all of us recognize the abundance in all of the areas of our life as we go throughout this week, and that the divine is guided to bless us all with financial abundance in miraculous ways. And so it is. Thank you, divine. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
We give thanks, and so it is.
It is done. This
That
is so
felt
good.
really good.
And on what you said, I just wanted to quickly share. I haven't really had anybody to share things with, so no, but when I was on a walk, there was one field. I go along the river path, and there's rice fields on both sides. One field was just full of swans honking away and looking for rice that's been left in the field. Anyways, when I came back and checked the sign, it was various things, but one of them was power. And so that's what I just was reminded again of. Oh, Elaine says that, and yes, it's time to move out of the corner. So yeah, so
Yeah.
shift and do that. Thank you.
Yeah. You're being acknowledged by the divine that you have a lot more power than you realize. And as you choose to declare your power and step into your power, and one of the ways we declare our power, acknowledge our power is through intentions. Intentions are really powerful. So good on you. Good job.
Thank you.
You know, Kelly snuck in. And so I want to go ahead and celebrate Kelly before we keep doing the rest of our intentions. So, Kelly, what can we help you celebrate?
I'm just so impressed that you guys are so quickly into intentions. Wow. So I am very, very grateful to be here. I had an appointment to show one property over 2 hours ago. So I should not have been this late. And we were there the whole time. So anyway, it's all good. And I'm grateful to be able to assist people and help people. And um, I'm almost done with the construction zone that I live in. So I'm celebrating that. I got AT&T was here yesterday, so I have my own internet with my own modem right here in this room. So that's nicer than sharing with the brand new tenants who moved in this weekend. So that's exciting as well. It's all good. It's all going. The days are like this, and it's all good. So been doing things to get out of my corner. I like that expression, Angela. So it's been a great week. I'm happy.
You were going to a social event when we spoke last week and you had to leave a little early. How did that go?
Well, it turned out that there was a lecture by an attorney at this social networking event. And it was one more, oh my gosh, so much to think about, so much to think about. But it was fun and it was very interesting because people didn't hang out after very much. Just a few people did, but it was fun and it was good. And I was glad I went. So didn't meet
Excellent.
anybody new, found out somebody has totally, completely different views on a few things than I do. If you can read between the lines.
Yep.
We still said that we love and respect each other and appreciate each other. So that's always
key.
good.
Absolutely. How can it get even better than this? That's
Yeah.
all that
And
really matters.
yeah, and I will celebrate that I actually listened to the entire thing last night, thinking, I should hear firsthand instead of hearing secondhand. And it's like, oh boy, yeah, I got a lot of praying to do.
Well,
But
one of the
it
things,
actually, I'm going to celebrate that it gave me understanding of why people believe him. Because some of the things he says with such conviction and he quotes numbers, and so then they think it's true. And yeah, not so much.
and one of the things that I always remind people of when they're concerned about what's happening in the world today, I really love the book Power versus Force by David Hawkins. And he says, when you commit to being at the level of love consciousness, which is a 500, it's a very high level of consciousness. And this is where you commit to seeing everything as some kind of love, to experiencing everything as love, to sharing only love, speaking only love, being only love. When you truly commit to the consciousness of love, immediately the opposite shows up. Immediately. Why? Because we have the opportunity to recommit in every single moment. I am divinely guided. Michelle adopted that. I am divinely guided. What is the message and how am I being guided in this moment? And so we have the opportunity to recommit to who we choose to be. And the other thing that was really fascinating, David Hawkins says, for one person who commits to being love at 500, they offset 200,000 people who are at 200 or below. So you don't think you're really having an impact, you're having a massive impact just by honoring your own level of consciousness. And frankly, that's all you control anyway, is your own level of consciousness. So yeah, but then you're a fabulous role model for everybody else. What do you remember to?
So, you made me chuckle when you said that when, you choose to commit to love, darkness shows up. Well, then I would say as a society, we have chosen love.
Yes, we have. That's exactly the point I'm making. We did choose love, and enough of us chose love that it brought a lot of darkness to the surface. And the other thing to remember, in order to bring in a whole new way of being, you have to clean out the old stuff. Think Marie Kondo, right? Blessings upon this. Thank you so much for how you've served me in the past. I send you on with love and blessings, and now I welcome in new energy. And all of this is designed so that I can commit to what I truly want, let go of what is no longer needed. It was a blessing at the time, but it's outdated and it's no longer necessary. And now it's time for something new and fresh and incredibly empowering and uplifting. So, how can it get even better than this?
Well, I'll tell you how. Could you repeat the second half of that fabulous quote you're always telling us? When you deny your power is denied to you.
When you acknowledge your power is shown to you.
I almost had it.
You are more powerful than you can imagine. And the thing is, you don't know what your power is. You don't know how it will materialize. You just say, hey, you have some tomato juice in the house? Hey, I am divinely guided. Hey, I'm after a sign and I see a whole bunch of swans. How cool is that? Right? You don't know what it's going to look like. You don't know how it's going to show up, but you step forward with love and trust and inner knowing that it will be revealed to you. And it will only be revealed when you share it. So when Angela said, oh yeah, I went past all these swans and I looked it up and they mean power. Oh, that's about me and my power. Hello. I got my sign. Might not be the entirety of what you want. That's okay. You can have another one this week. Arlene, we're so glad you could join us today. Are you ready to celebrate?
I am.
Yay.
I am. And first thing I'm doing is I'm just putting in the chat another book that I think also speaks to what you were just talking about. So that's why I went to get it, called Healing the Heart of Democracy
Ah,
by Parker Palmer. And I heard about it from a pastor who was visiting us, and I bought it before the election. And it really does speak to what our job is to heal the heart of democracy. It has nothing to do with this party or that party. It has to do with we as citizens and what we need to do in order to keep the democracy, to heal it. And so anyway, I recommend this book. It's great.
thank you.
So, yeah, celebrate. Um, well, we had a wonderful uh, hiring event last Friday, which was directed more toward federal workers. And we had employers who would be appropriate for people who were being laid off. We had 250 people show up for this event Friday afternoon between 2 and 5. And at least half of them were federal employees who had been laid off. So people they think of federal employees in Washington. No, they're right here in Albuquerque, New Mexico. They're right here, they're everywhere. So anyway, that was a real eye opener and I didn't plan it, but I was there and I was able to assist people, and it was really inspiring. So that's one thing. There was something else it occurred to me and I forgot even what it is now. Oh yeah. Yeah, I have these envelopes ready. But I only have with the $2 bills, I have them addressed to Ruth and to Angela and to Dorji. And I know I have everybody else's email, or not email, address somewhere. I know I had Peggy's. I couldn't find it. I found her email. I couldn't find yours, Elaine. So if you want to put your address in the chat, I will write them down right now. And I promise that this will go out tomorrow morning for everybody who is inclined. So, or if you want to just send it to my phone number, text my phone number, which is what Dorji did, 505-900-1702, whichever would be best for you.
Okay.
And so that will be done. And I have a wonderful little thing that I wrote, and the $2 bills will go right in there, and I've got them stamped and we're ready to go. Thank you, Elaine. Okay.
Awesome. Kudos. I just
Yeah.
put my address in the chat
Yes.
and I put your phone number in the chat. And so I
Okay.
can also
Yeah.
text you so that you have it that way, just in case
No,
you
this is
forget to
fine. I'm
save the
going to write
chat.
it down right now.
Awesome. Well, we're going to keep going with the celebrations because it is
Okay.
Peggy's turn, not the celebrations intentions.
Can I tell you one quick
Sure.
thing related to what Arlene said?
Sure.
One of my celebrations, I started to say, and you know how they leave. My niece has worked for Social Security for 20 years. Friday was her 20th anniversary, and she didn't know if she was going to have a job still or not for it. Her husband also works for Social Security, and he's been out applying for jobs. Not only is it all good, she got an official notice that the rumor that they were cutting Social Security by 50% is a rumor, and that they are letting go of 5,700 people, which is a lot of people, but there's 50,000 employees at Social Security. So that's just a little over 10% instead of half, which is a big thing. So I thought you'd all like to hear that there is, some sense going on. So thank goodness. Yeah.
That is great. Thank you so much for sharing that, Kelly. All right, Peggy, what would you like some energy around?
My life. And what I did want to say was thank you for bringing in the rejection is God's protection. And what I was getting very clearly, it's when circumstances or somebody rejects us, that's one thing. But when that works, but also when we reject something else, same thing. It isn't just one way. So one of my wins was simply ignoring one of those stupid old white men that I had talked about before when he left me a phone message, and I'm going, nope, not getting back in my life. So anyway, I would like, and the intention that the best and most appreciative and most qualified buyers of my condo show up when they are ready, and it is at the best possible time for them and for me, and we are able to move through a sale and purchase of this condo in mutually beneficial fashion. Thank you, Divine. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
We give thanks, and so it is. Wow. I suddenly got all choked up. That's very interesting. Just a lot of energy coming through. Yeah. Very cool, Peggy. I think this is going to be an interesting week for you.
Yeah. And Peggy, I also saw two people. There were two groups of two people, and the taller ones, there was one that was taller people. They were the ones that were going to get it because they wanted it more. So you got people wanting your space, right? Your space.
That's
I
great.
got very clearly that you were irresistibly drawn together, you and the buyers, and it was a win-win for everybody, for everyone's greatest joy.
Oh, I like that. I like
Yeah,
both
your
of them.
buyers are already known in the mind of God, and you are irresistibly drawn together.
Nice. Thank you.
Beautiful. How can it get even better than this? Wow. All right, Julie, what would you like some energy around?
Oh my goodness. Okay. I would like some energy around my physical well-being and mobility. And it's taken a turn a little bit, downward. So I would like, I don't know how to put it into words, but the guidance and the intuition like I had before my trip to absolutely this is what you do or this isn't what you do, to have like clarity and guidance from the divine. Can you help me with that? To just act on what is going to help me with this, like the solution. So
Absolutely. In
thank you.
love and light, we hold the intention that Julie and all of us take a deep breath and a moment to tune into the energy of choice so that we feel where we are irresistibly drawn based on divine guidance, as well as where we are irresistibly pushed away, which is also divine guidance. We welcome this guidance and empower it to enrich our lives. Thank you, Divine. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It is done.
Yeah.
We give thanks, and so it is. So, Julie, as you were describing what you are choosing, I got an image of Raymond Grace and a pendulum,
Oh, yeah.
and how you can use your body as a pendulum,
Mhm.
and you can ask your body what it really wants. And you can almost like sitting for guidance, you can surround yourself with a golden, uh, golden protection so that only divine guidance comes through, and then really help me sense in my body what my body most wants.
Yes.
And think about it, feel it, and then let your body confirm. Because there's so much information in here, and we often ignore the senses that are coming through, the sensations, the feelings, and yet they are very valid and real. And so you're being guided to tune in a bit more and listen a bit more closely. But you're doing really well. Kudos on now being a vegetarian and taking such good care of yourself and really nurturing your intuition. Super important.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Elaine, Elaine, I also have a comment
Go for
for
it.
Julie. It was so great, Julie, because while I was thinking of you, I was thinking of what a loving, sweet person you are, and you're always thinking of everyone else. And one of the problems that people have when they have trouble listening to their intuition, myself included, is that growing up and trying to help everyone else, always thinking that you need other people to get their wishes first, then what happens is that you always put your own feelings to the side. And then what happens is you don't feel permission to feel. And so that's what happened to me. And I think I'm not alone, that you have to learn to be a little more selfish. It's not a bad thing. It's kind of like what we really, part of our allowing ourselves to have the permission to feel and the permission to speak, or the permission to have our own thoughts, is something that is one part of us feels is selfish. I did. I never thought I had a right to feel or have permission, because I had to ask permission for everything.
I
So
love that. And thank you for bringing that in. And it's another opportunity to acknowledge your power.
that's it.
I easily receive messages from my body. I easily receive and understand my intuition,
Mhm. Good.
Mm, I like
right?
that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
And
you.
another way to look at it, because I come from where Ruthie comes from, and I learned the hard way, um, is that when I take care of myself first and do my own things first, I fill up my cup. So it's not about being selfish, it's about filling up my cup so I have more to pour all over the world.
Beautiful. Thank
Beautiful.
you. Thanks for bringing that in. All
Thank
right, it's Ruthie's
you.
turn. Ruthie, what would you like some energy around?
Well, gosh, I was saying so much already. I don't know if well, actually, the other thing I was going to mention is something that I'm working on, and that it might benefit other people too, is the idea. Derek Rydall, in this impact program that I'm doing, um, he he's telling you, like, how to, if you want to be a coach, you want to help people, one great idea is to get a bunch of like index cards, and knowing that our core wounds are the ways that we, in a sense, had an initiation of, we learned something from it. So you write down from the time you were young, say maybe you have 5 or 6 really bad core wounds that you had in your life, write them down each on a separate index card. And then, since sometimes what's the worst thing that ever happened to you ends up being the best thing that happened to you, you can start to think, well, wait a minute, what did I learn from that? Oh, I learned to be self-reliant, take care of myself. Or I learned to be polite and listen, be a better listener. Whatever it is we learned, we put that in that section with that card. And by the time you get done with all these different things, you've got a course that you can teach people exactly what are the lessons, like basically that you learned from the horrible experiences that you've had. Anyway, I thought that was a great idea.
So is that what you're working on right now?
So yes, and so I'm just let me just say I'm going over my book in a new way and understanding that I have to reveal myself even more. And so I'm relinquishing my personal embarrassment so that I can actually be vulnerable and say the truth in my book. So in Love and Light, I make the intention that I'm able to say all the things that I need to say and express my truth, that it may benefit others. And thank you, thank you, thank you. It is done.
We give thanks, and so it is. You know, I don't know where you are in your book, Ruthie, but I saw you. I interviewed a woman this morning, Barbara DeLong, for my show, and she was doing some speaking as a minister, believe it or not, for a while. And she would focus in on a big mistake that she made at some point in her life. And she would be really outrageous and silly about it. And she'd make fun of herself for having had this mistake. And then she'd go into all the blessings that came through because of this mistake. And I was given this message. It's all about choices. Remember power versus force? Who do I choose to be? And
Right.
do I choose to see the love in this? Or am I going to make it all about me when it's not about me, it's through me?
Beautiful.
Right? And I just saw that you could cover, if you chose to, you could
Yeah.
cover a few different mistakes and the blessings that came through because of who you chose to be, right?
Right.
I
Oh,
chose to be
thank
this
you.
and all the hell broke loose. But when I chose to be that, I had a whole new perspective and all these wonderful things happened and all these blessings showed up. And it was one of the best experiences of my life. So,
Perfect. I love that.
yeah.
Thank you so much. Well, that helps me too. I've just been getting lots of guidance lately. So thank you.
Yay. How can it
That
get
is
even better than
perfect.
this? All right, Dorji, what would you like some energy around?
This week I was at a party, and you know that my country, the Kalmyk people, they're neighbors with the Ukraine, and they live on the Russian side. And a lot of people have left that part of our country, and they're all over the world. And she told me there's hunger. People actually look every day here for just getting up to eat. So it really hurts. So in love and light, our intention is to manifest world peace and harmony. We see a world full with love and peace. And our intention is to send our vibrations of love from our stadium of light to the field. And there is love all around. And everything gets resolved to the highest good of all. Thank you, Divine. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
We give thanks, and so it is.
And we send love to the unlovable. That's what I was told.
Yes, always send love to the unlovable because it's the human part of us that can't love them. From the divine perspective, everything is love. And it's all there to inspire us to be the love we can be when we choose to show up that way. Carolyn Gregory's in the house. She gets some yummy energy.
Here. Okay,
There we go.
I'm here. Oh, wonderful intentions as usual. Oh my goodness. Yes. Um, okay. In love and light, it is my intention that I and we accept, receive, and mirror the emotional, the mental, the physical, and the spiritual healing that is intended right now for us. Thank you, Divine. And so it is.
We give thanks, and so it is. That was beautiful, Georgie. Not Georgie, Carolyn. Carolyn, I'm so sorry.
Yes, sir.
I'm like, where are we again? I got so deep into the energy, I didn't remember. That was really beautiful. Thank you. I think we
And
can
can
all
I say,
benefit from that.
can I say
Sure.
something?
I also, yes.
I just happened to as I was, praying for you, I felt your body and all the parts that need healing and stuff. And I felt like there were just like, it's like she needs more air or something,
Yes, yes.
And then all of a sudden I saw that there was like a piece of pie. And I thought, okay, um, there's two kinds of ways of looking at whether we get what we need. There's the fountain consciousness, and then there's the pie consciousness. And the pie consciousness says, oh, there's only so much to go around, and I might not get a piece. And then I saw, like, when you were a little kid, always having to wait for everybody else to get theirs. It was so weird. And so I thought, oh my gosh, I should tell her about the fountain, that really where the fountain consciousness never runs out.
Oh, thank you so much. That is so apropos and just so beautiful. Thank you. Thank you.
That is
Also, I
lovely.
have to, I meant to tell you before, I don't need to cut out on you, but I have another group that I keep being late for. So I have to leave a little early every day.
Okay, thank you. Thanks for joining
yes.
us. All right, and it's time for Michelle. I'm going to remember to ask you to unmute. Nope, you're not unmuted yet. Want me to ask again? Did it pop up? Oh, there we go. Now you're there.
I hit the wrong button. Looking right, look, freaking hit the wrong button. What else is new? That's me. Elaine, I want you to do it for me, but I wanted to say that I love everything in the present moment, no matter what it is. Like I want to do that and practice that and be divinely guided.
Excellent. In Love and Light, we hold the intention that Michelle and all of us deliberately choose to witness the love that is present in every moment for us, to witness how we are being love and how we are being loved through everything that happens, no matter what it is. In deepest gratitude, thank you, Divine. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It is done. We give thanks, and so it is.
Thank you.
Thank you. That
And
was very powerful.
I had something else that I
Go
got.
for it. Go
Okay.
for it.
So, well, Michelle, I was itching for you, and I itched under my armpit on the right, and then also on my finger up here, my middle finger in the back. And anyway, so the message that came through is that since this is from before birth, you were meant to be, and you have in you. You are a minister. You're in some kind of minister with or evangelist or some kind of speaker of the truth that came in to do this from before birth. And the reason why you've had problems is because you feel thwarted emotionally. Because our what do you call it? Our lymph nodes are where our soul and our emotions touch our body. And so it shows that you have been feeling repressed. That wonderful spiritual telling people the truth part has been squashed for so many when you were younger. But it's still in you. And so all that stuff is just showing your talents. This is where you have the gift. And so you don't have to deny it anymore. Now that you're an adult, nobody's going to tell you what to do. And so you're free now. Isn't that great?
Thank
That
you.
is. That's really profound, Ruthie. Thanks for bringing that in. And thanks for inspiring us so much, Michelle. All right, David Edgar, they are a tough act to follow. I give you that, but I know you're up to the challenge.
I wanted to briefly share one other thing from this Mind Valley quest I've been doing, the Art of Manifestation. I think I'm on day 14 out of 27, but I took a screenshot from day 3 about surrendered manifestation. So I'm just going to read these 3 points. Manifestation is taking your intention and allowing it to be embodied and anchored through you. Surrendered manifestation is when you're not trying to control every little detail of the process. If it's, another term is manufactured. If it's manufactured manifestation, that means you're trying to control everything, which means there's fear, there's doubt, and that gets in the way of it actually flowing through and happening. And the key is to surrender the how while still showing up and taking aligned action.
That's
Beautiful.
good.
Thanks for sharing that, David.
And for my intention, I'm actually going to read the same thing I did last week because it still resonates. In love and light, we hold the intention that for all of us, we experience greater healing and abundance, and all of us and our loved ones, greater healing, greater abundance, and peace in our lives and throughout the world. And we choose to believe that we are becoming healthier, stronger, wiser, braver, more confident, more connected, more capable, more aware, and more able to tap into divine guidance and higher wisdom to an extent that we've never before dreamed was a true and real possibility, thus allowing us to share our gifts and talents and more deeply connect with and inspire other people throughout the world. Thank you, Divine. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And it is done.
We give thanks, and so it is. Oh, David, so beautiful. Thanks for sharing that with us again. Really powerful. Wow.
Thank you.
Kelly,
Hmm.
what would you like some energy around? It doesn't want to mute. There we
There
go.
we go. Third time's the try. Third time's the winner. So David, could you email us your screenshot in that intention? That was all
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yes.
That would be fabulous. Thank you.
Yes.
And I keep saying, okay, I'm going to ask that we intend for this. And then someone says it. And I think I'll ask we intend for this. And then someone says it. We are so blessed by this wonderful family of light and love. So when we were intending for Dorchi, very clearly, Rita Moreno showed up in West Side Story. I like to be in America. Okay, by me in America. So that is what I want us to intend for. Happiness and joy and loving and being in America and Japan and um, and Canada and because there's a lot of fear right now. They're like, my niece texted back to me when I congratulated her that she has never been this tense in all of her life, that her divorce was nothing compared to this. So there's a lot of fear in America. So let's have it be that we like to be in America, dancing around happy. I intend that. I intend that we each are guided for our part, that we are compassionate and empathetic, and we aren't disrespectful. We respect all, but we share our joy and our love and our country, and we bring America back to one united democracy again. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It is done.
We give thanks, and so it is. That was really beautiful, Kelly. Thank you.
Thank you.
Very
Dorothy,
inspiring. Yeah, Georgie.
And I heard no more refugees in America.
So true. We're
all
all one.
refugees.
Yep, we're all refugees. I also, my fingers were tingling like you wouldn't believe. It was just amazing. Just amazing.
That's
Yeah, there was a
beautiful.
lot of energy. Thank you all.
Yes,
Thank you,
yes.
thank you.
All right, Arlene, you get some energy too, complete with Pussycat.
Oh, wait, you know what? I want to tell you, this came to me in the intentioning.
Okay.
I heard this story today about one of the fire survivors that lost their home. They had a planned at-home birth that evening and got evacuated and had their baby somewhere out in the world, and the baby is fine. All went well. All is good. We don't know any details, but that they made it through. When I heard that, I was like, oh my God, my life is so simple, and I have so much to be grateful for. So I wanted to share it.
Very true. Very true.
Well, thank you, Kelly. Thank you. You know, when I was celebrating, I forgot to tell you, I celebrated last Saturday going on a wildlife trek at Bosque del Apache Wildlife Refuge near Socorro. I also have bought tickets for the Santa Fe Opera for Rigoletto, or no, excuse me, for La Boheme. And La Boheme is the first opera I ever saw in New York with my aunt back in 1965. Anyway, so there we are. And I also just made reservations to go to Mexico on the 29th of March, and I won't get back until the next Wednesday. So Saturday through Wednesday. So that's it. And I also want to say, okay, so I have, Angela, Georgie, and Ruthie, I have your envelopes already done. I now have the addresses for Elaine, David Edgar, Michelle, Kelly, and Peggy. And anyone, I got everybody, right? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And I have an email from Archana from last week, so I'll email her and get her address. I know she was interested. Anyway, so I have no clue. My life is busy and exciting and sometimes frustrating, but what I Elaine, you worded for me, but I want to intend that my life continues to be and interesting and fun and all that, joyful. That's the word. Okay.
That is the word, because I was going to say, the oldest curse is may you live in interesting times.
Yeah, good,
I
interesting.
know.
And
I
yeah,
know.
and we do, honey, we do. So
Yeah.
in love and light, we hold the intention that Arlene and all of us embrace these interesting times, welcoming them with delight and joy and wonder, the enthusiasm of a child who knows that everything is a blessing. Everything is here to enrich and uplift and empower us. And so that is precisely what we experience. In deepest gratitude, thank you, Divine. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It is done. We give thanks, and so it is.
Thank you.
Thank you, Arlene. That was really
Bye.
beautiful.
Carolyn, you're still here. Layla says hello.
Oh,
And I have your address, so no problem.
good.
Don't
Okay, great. All right. Love you all. I'm out of here.
Okay, love you. Bye.
Bye.
So, Angela, I was going to ask you, have you had any conversations with Mena recently? I got a strong hit that we need to do an intention for Mena and for her sister Mavawe.
When I spoke to her on Sunday, things were fine. She was going to see her sister. So yeah, I think
Then maybe it's just a celebration of their joyful union together and their time together.
no things
But
change.
I,
So
I want to support them. So in Love and Light, we hold the intention that Mena and her sister Mavawe have a beautiful connection that is permanent, unbroken, infinite. They feel each other's love and regard and respect and appreciation and gratitude. So they enjoy so many blessings together, whether they are in the same room or on opposite sides of the planet. In deepest gratitude, thank you, Divine. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It is done. We give thanks, and so it is. Oh, that felt great. So good. So I'm up, I'm the last one. And I was reminded that the divine deliberately knocks us out of alignment. Deliberately. Life shows up and somebody irritates the heck out of you, and you go from being in perfect alignment, happy, happy, joy, joy, to pissed off in a nanosecond. And then we have to recommit to love and go back into alignment using the tools that we know, the Ho'oponopono, 3 deep breaths. I mean, anything that we want to practice that gets us back into alignment. And every time we go from out of alignment back into alignment, we expand the divine, we expand love. We are the cutting edge of the divine. And that's why they're continually throwing us out of balance, because every time we regain that balance, everyone benefits. Everyone. So, in love and light, we hold the intention that we embrace and embody infinite divine love in every moment, welcoming in every experience, every awareness as loving messages from the divine, blessings in some hidden way. And we savor the puzzle, the delight, the joy in figuring out what these beautiful blessings might be. And we revel in showing up as love in every thought, in every word, in every action. We embody infinite divine love at all times. In deepest gratitude, thank you, divine. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It is done. We give thanks, and so it is. Ooh, lots of energy around that one, people. Good job. Thank you so much. And thank you for all the many blessings that you bring me every week. I cannot thank you enough. I am so honored and so grateful that we get to spend this time together. And you are the best teachers ever, 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 ever.
Takes
you.
one to know one. Thank you, Elaine.
I have 2 things I want to say. One, Julie, I got your address. And behind me, so I have one cat on my lap. This is Kingston behind me, my little boy, my handsome little boy. So they all like to come around and hang out with you guys, you know?
They do. Good taste. What can I say? All right. Have a fabulous week, everybody. I'll see you next week.
Thank you. Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Lots of love, everyone.
Mwah.